Welcome to Module 2 in this series of 5 modules on Power Partner relationships. And remember, Power Partners is about getting you actively promoted by other businesses, organizations, and associations. So these other companies are going to go out of their way to introduce you to their great clients, and they're going to put you in front of their great clients. They're going to share your messages and your promotions once you follow this whole process. This is really the quickest way to ramp up your sales and your profits. So I hope you did a little bit of the work from the first video. We talked about ideal clients as a really critical way to start finding your best target potential partners. When you can speak to the kind of clients that you're really looking to bring into your business, it makes a natural connection to the partners that are already serving them. So I hope you did that piece of work from Module 1. And the second thing that's really, really important, and I'm offering it as a bonus video here, is that you do this piece of work on the lifetime value of a client. So once you really understand what a client is worth to you, how long they stick around, how many years, what they're worth in terms of profit or margin in a year times that number of years, that gives you a different appreciation of what you can invest into Power Partner programs and promotion, and what kind of piece you could share with your partners if it's a financial trade. It doesn't always have to be a financial trade, but if you're doing a financial trade, it's really great to know that you could maybe spend $500 or $10,000 to acquire a new client and still be way ahead of the game as far as lifetime value of the client goes. So this is Module 2 in this series of 5, and in this module I'm going to give you the overall framework, and it's also available to download underneath the video. So I'm going to give you the overall 4-step framework, and then we're going to dig into the first step. So overall, there's 4 steps of this process. The first is alignment, where we look to the partner company and we look at what they're up to, and what might be a great way, a connection, a logical connection where we can approach them and say, oh, this is what you guys are up to, this is what you're trying to do in the world or in the market, or how you're trying to serve your clients. And we're going to look for the alignment and how we can piggyback on that and support them in their marketing and their outreach. The second part is the approach, which just means, what are they promoting? What are we promoting? What is it that they're trying to get more of? It could be as simple as they're trying to get some more clients, and we're trying to get more clients. It could be they're promoting a new program, a new product, a launch, or maybe we're doing that. So it can be simpler or more complicated depending on the business. The third piece of the Power Partner framework is the agreement. And that's just a whole bunch of different options that we present to the partner for how we're actually going to support each other. It could be we're doing mailings, we're doing emailings, we could be doing a joint seminar, we could be doing a trade show together, we could be swapping web links. There's all kinds of ways, and we'll dig into that in the module on agreement. But one of the things that's kind of important to know is that the really good partnerships can be bilateral and mutual in that way, where you're doing an emailing for them and they're doing an emailing for you, but they don't have to be that way. So there's many, many variations and flavors on the Power Partner process, but it's important to understand the overall framework. So once we've dug into these pieces, the final step is action. Whatever we've agreed to with the partner, we have to get into action to make it happen. So just a quick little success story from my history in being in an energy conservation business. When I came to Connecticut, I didn't have any accounts down here, and I was looking for manufacturing clients. I connected with an electrical distributor that had been serving manufacturing companies for 25 years. And I approached them and said, hey, I've got this great idea where you can bring your clients the value of what I do. I'm going to help them make their lighting better and save money. And we developed an approach, we developed an agreement, we got into action. One of the critical pieces is that I did most of the work and took most of the action. But that relationship turned into millions and millions of dollars of sales. One account that we sold through that program was a $520,000 sale. And I was actually able to give the salesperson a $10,000 check as a finder's fee. So there's a lot of different markets. I'll give you some other case studies as we go through this. But these programs are a great way to get the attention of other companies that might love to promote you, because it helps promote their business as well. So one of the important reminders about this framework is this is a preparatory framework. We do all this in advance of sitting down with the potential partner the first time. So if you go back to video 1 and you've got your target partner list, this 4-step framework, we put it into action to prepare ourselves for the presentation, and this helps us make a really, really powerful presentation. So and then we'll use all this material that we come up with here. We'll use that again during the presentation, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later as well. So the first part of the process is alignment. So we're going to be looking to create an alignment between our business and their business, or their organization, or their professional association, or a chamber of commerce. It really doesn't matter what kind of group they are. One of the important things though is they're taking care of a lot of the ideal clients that you'd like to have for your business. So the first step is to consider the alignment. And I'm actually going to create another little video that'll show you actually real-time how I do this online. So one of the best ways to do it is just go look at their website, see what they're up to, poke around and see what they're pointing to, what language they use. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But one of the key ideas about alignment is that you don't move on to the next step when you're presenting this to the client until you've really nailed it. To move through and try to create agreement and get into an action plan, if the client hasn't felt the alignment, so it's not as important that you see it, although it's up to us to create it and generate it and present it to them. We have to check in with them and make sure that they're really on board and they feel that, and that's part of the process when we get to doing the actual presentation to the partner. But the alignment, again, is we look to what they're up to, and there's a couple things that I look for when I'm trying to create the alignment. So we could use the example again, like from the first module, we talked about a high-end patio furniture company. So let's say that's my business. I do beautiful luxury patio furniture. So my alignment, depending on my target partner, let's say it's a lawn care or landscape company, what they're committed to, what they're up to, what they want is to help their clients have a beautiful property that they enjoy, that they can have a lot of pride in, and it enhances their property value. So if we can appeal to that sense of what they're trying to do for their clients, and then, hey, guess what? We do the same thing, but in an adjacent, non-competitive area. So we have this natural alignment. We're trying to enhance our clients' lives with their outdoor enjoyment. So it's as simple as that, but it's really powerful to talk to another company about the bigger picture of what they do. People can get so bogged down in the day-to-day transactions of their business that they forget about that bigger picture of what they do. So if you're, again, a lawn care company, you're out all day, you're trying to schedule things and keep it going and make sure the trucks are working and the equipment's tuned up. And you forget the value that it brings to your client when they come home at the end of the day and their property looks phenomenal. The pride they have in having company and just sharing it and enjoying it with their family. It's really easy for business owners to lose touch with that. So in a partner presentation, if you can re-enliven the partner by appealing to this great thing that they do, that they kind of remember but they kind of don't remember every day, it's really great. And this is a lot of fun doing this part, and again, you don't want to move along until you've really nailed it. So what I look for, I'll go to a company's website, or I'll look at their marketing material, or I might go by their building, or I might talk to somebody else who knows them. But we look at their mission statement. What do they say they're all about? A lot of times, a company will put some effort into that, and that's really what they're wanting to do before they get just stuck in the day-to-day minutia of running their business. So we can kind of elevate them and lift them up, get them enthusiastic again about their business by pointing back to what they said about their mission. It's the same thing with their values. Maybe we find something on their website where they're supporting a particular nonprofit in the area or in the country. Well, that's pointing to something they value. That might be a place for us to find some alignment for what we're interested in, what we value, what we support, what we want to see more of in the world. Again, they might have other interests, there might be other products and services, there might be things they're blogging about or writing about or sharing about or that they're calling attention to. That's another place to look for alignment. And the last is kind of, if you can imagine what their goals are, like what are they trying to do? Can you suss it out through their marketing or their website, or maybe meeting with somebody in the company ahead of time before this partner approach? And just finding out, oh, they're trying to move into a new market. They're trying to go deeper in the market they're already in. They're trying to, an acquisition strategy, or, you might find out things about what they're up to, again, through their website or through different research. And all these things together helps us in creating alignment and creating that approach, which is the next step. We want to be prepared to bring what we think the alignment is. And again, I'll give you a real live example in a video with a bonus link below. So just a couple key things to reinforce and to remind you as we're moving through this. One is, it's really helpful to refer to the previous videos if you haven't seen them in a little while. This builds on the concept of the ideal client, and it's really fueled by the idea of the lifetime value of a client. So those things are really important to have an understanding about. Plus, in the first video, if you've done the homework, you've followed up and you've created your target list of your first potential partners, and that's just so valuable to have some actual potential partners in mind, so you can run them through this process and make a determination of who do you think are going to be the best partners, who you want to approach first. Sometimes I'll actually counsel my clients, start with not the best ones. Start with ones that are kind of, middling, average. They might be okay partners, so you can practice your presentation. You can kind of get your hands on rolling this out, get a little comfort with it, so that by the time you've done 2 or 3 of these and now you're in front of a partner that you'd really love to work with, you're a little more prepared and polished in how to walk them through this presentation. The other thing to remind you is there's some bonus content here. Download the PDF, print that out, and have that with you. Make sure as you're looking through these modules, you print out whatever PDFs come along with it, because you'll want to be working with those and making notes. So one last slide with a couple power tips. This is some things that are going to help you in going through this process. We've kind of touched on this a little bit. You want to really inspire these partners. Again, they're kind of caught up in the day-to-day, and they've lost sight of the big impact of what they're doing for clients. I was talking with a gentleman the other day. We were going through this process, and he specializes in Medicaid insurance. So he helps people find plans when they're over 65 years old, and it's a really challenging process. And we went through, what are you really doing for people? And it's not just advising them on insurance, but it's helping them protect their assets. It's helping them make smart, informed decisions, and it's helping them relax and enjoy this golden period of their life that they've worked so hard to get to, knowing that they've got a valuable expert person behind them, somebody that's got their back, that's helping them make these decisions. So we want to do the same thing with our partners. Remind them of the bigger picture of what they do, and we can really even lift them up. The second piece is that we can raise their ambitions. If we can help them to see that their business isn't just a transactional thing, it's actually got this bigger value that they may not have ever even considered. That's so much fun when you can help another business owner see the tremendous value of the work they're doing and how that really helps people to enjoy their lives and enjoy their investments in their home or their property, or it gives them a return or some benefit in their business. This will be a highlight of their day when this is done well and you've prepared yourself for it. So please take action, take notes. Feel free to share this with other business people and professionals that you know. There's links that you can share. There's social media ways that you can share this. But the next module, we're going to be digging into the approach. How do we actually think about engaging these partners? So by the end of this series, you'll be ready to make a great presentation to your potential partners, and you'll set up these power partner relationships. They'll be putting you in front of a lot of people. You're going to love this.